There was a young man who, he wanted to make a lot of money, and so he went to this guru, right? And he told the guru, I want to be on the same level you on. And so the guru said, if you want to be on the same level I'm on, I'll meet you tomorrow at the beach at 4 a.m. He liked the beach. I said, I want to make money. I don't want to swim. Guru said, if you want to make money, I'll meet you tomorrow, 4 a.m. So the young man got there at 4 a.m. He all ready to rock and roll, got on the suit. He should have wore shorts. The old man grabs his hand and said, how bad do you want to be successful? He said, real bad. He said, walk on out in the water. So he walks out into the water. Watch this. When he walks out into the water, it goes waist deep. So he like, this guy crazy. Adrian, he like, I want to make money. He got me out here swimming. I didn't ask to be a lifeguard. I want to make money. He got me in. So he said, come out a little further. Walked out a little further. Then he had it right around this area, the shoulder area. So this old man crazy. He making money, but he crazy. Said, come on out a little further. Came out a little further. It was right at his mouth. My man like, I'm about to go back in here. This guy is mine. So the old man said, I thought you said you wanted to be successful. He said, I do. He said, walk a little further. He came, dropped his head in, held him down, hold him down. My man getting scratching, holding him down. Just before my man was about to pass out, he raised him up. He said, I got a question for you. He said, when you were underwater, what did you want to do? Lee, I'm looking for a different word though than lip. What's that word? I said, I wanted to breathe. He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
You want to change your life? There's only one way. You've got to raise your standards. And I know that sounds unbelievably stupid and simplistic, but it is the only way in which a person's life changes. What does it mean to change your standards? It means you have to take the shoulds in your life and make them musts. Because as long as it's a should, you'll do it when it's convenient. Convenience does not create consistency.
All men are created equal. Some work harder in pre-season. I'm going to say it again because you might have missed it. All men are created equal. Some work harder in pre-season.
So they said to him, Dr. J, how come you're so darn good? How come you're so lucky to have all these skills? And Dr. J was a very cool guy, never got upset. But he also got a little heated, and he said, let me tell you why I'm this way. Because every day since I was 7 years old, I've demanded more from myself than anyone else could possibly expect. No one has a higher demand on themselves than I have on me. He said, I don't compete with other people. I compete with what my best can possibly be. I thought, isn't that interesting? If every day you demanded more from yourself than anyone else could expect of you, if it wasn't the standards of what other people think, but it was the standards of what you were capable of.
So if you want to make 6 figures, you can't just be talking about you want to make 6 figures. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it.
The Americans finally look like for the first time they're going to be able to finally win, finally beat the Russians. And sure enough, all of a sudden this girl wrecks her leg. And as she does it, everybody's like, oh my God, it's over, it can't happen. There she goes, holds it in. And what happens? She goes away, everybody's there, and all of a sudden the monitor comes on and he goes, my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. She's standing up. She's walking towards the mat. She couldn't. She can't. It couldn't be. She's not going to try it, is she? And the whole place gets really dramatic and quiet, and this little girl with nothing but guts and heart, through the pain, goes and lands. Holds just long enough, pulls that leg up, and everybody goes crazy. They win the gold medal. How many of you cried? Come on, you cried out there, come on. And you don't even know this girl. If you felt emotion in that moment, if you cried or you felt celebratory, only one reason why. Because in that moment you recognized the part of you. That's what made you feel moved.
Listen to me. Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually it will subside. And something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were all meant to shine as children do. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others.
I'm reminded of the story of the two little boys that were playing on some ice during the winter. And as they got further out on this ice, one fell through the thin ice. And so the little fellow that was still on top of the ice, he was trying to save his little buddy. And he couldn't reach him. He was trying to pull him. He could see him through the thin ice as he got further away from him, struggling. And he couldn't reach him, and he was trying to break the ice, and he couldn't do it. And he looked around, and he saw a tree in the distance, and he ran. And then he got up on the tree, and he pulled and broke down an enormous-sized branch, and came back and savagely began to beat that ice, and broke it. And miraculously, he saved his friend. And when the paramedics came, and they were able to revive this little boy, they were scratching their heads. They're trying to figure this out. Said, how could this little pruny fellow go up in a tree and break off a branch this size and then come back and beat and break the ice and save his friend? They thought it was just miraculous. It was baffling. And an old guy who was there said, I can tell you how he did it. And they said, how? How did he do it? And he said, there was no one here to tell him that he couldn't do it.